everyone, welcome to Try It with Miss Sam Tiny Food Party, part of the Cerritos Library Expand Your Horizons virtual program series. During this video, we will be assembling tiny versions of food that are not traditionally small. While there can be some cooking elements involved with this video will mostly focus on the assembling of all of the dishes. The only cooking elements we will be using are basic utensils like knives, cutting boards, bowls, and a toaster oven as needed. Today, we're going to focus on chicken. Chicken is a super versatile ingredient and is relatively inexpensive. Humans have been eating chicken dishes for a very long time. Researchers found evidence of chicken meals as far back as 400 BCE. That's over 2,000 years ago. In this video, we're going to take this classic ingredient and try it in 3 different tiny treats. Pint-Size Chicken and Waffles, teeny Chicken Parmesan Crostini, and tiny chicken tacos. All right, let's make some pint-sized chicken and waffles. There's no known origin for this dish, but a version of chicken and waffles dates back all the way to colonial times in Pennsylvania, Dutch country. But that version was stewed chicken and some gravy. The fried chicken version that we think of today was originally seen in 1930s restaurants in Harlem, New York. The ingredients needed will be mini waffles, small fried chicken like chicken nuggets, honey, butter, maple syrup. Make sure to wash and dry your hands before you start. Today we're going to be using a number of store-bought ingredients including frozen toaster waffles and chicken nuggets from a chain restaurant. Also honey and syrup from our local grocery store. You can certainly make waffles and chicken on your own at home. There's plenty of recipes online. Just make sure you have adult supervision if you're going to do something like that. But let's assemble our chicken and waffles. First, you're going to toast, as we already did, our toaster waffles in a toaster. So this is another thing where you can do whatever you want. There's normal waffles, and then there's these little French toast waffles that we got because that's what the store had. That's why cooking is fun. You can kind of make it your own. Next, if you want just normal waffles and you can't find little ones, just buy a big waffle and cut it into quarters. Next, we're gonna make our honey butter. We're gonna take about a little bit of butter and just a little bit of honey. Again, this is another thing. The real ratio is about 2 tablespoons of honey to a 1/4 cup of butter. But since we're making a really small version right now, we're just gonna eyeball it. If you don't like honey, you don't like the sweetness, you don't have to add it. If you don't like butter, but you love honey, you can certainly even skip the butter and just put the honey on the waffle itself. So we're just gonna mix it up together. I would definitely recommend letting your butter sit out for a tiny bit so it's smoother, as well as putting this on the waffle while the waffle is still warm. So now we're gonna put a little bit on our waffle. This is quite a bit because I love butter. It's not necessarily the healthiest option right now. You're gonna take your butter, then you're gonna take a little piece of chicken. Let's put it on the plate so we don't get too messy, and a little bit of syrup. If you don't like maple syrup, you could also add the honey again. You don't have to add it, but the saltiness of the chicken and the sweetness of the syrup definitely make it an awesome combo. There you go, your pint-sized chicken and waffles. All right, here we go. Let's taste this. It's gonna be a big bite. I'm excited. It's a little messy, so make sure you keep your plate or a napkin close by. Ooh. I'm gonna enjoy this for a second. And the saltiness of the chicken, the sweetness of the waffle, and even using the French toast waffle this time, there's a little bit of cinnamon in it. It just makes it a whole different direction. So have fun, do what you like. This one is awesome. I can eat these for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right, everyone, let's make some teeny chicken Parmesan Crostini. Crostini is Italian for little crusts, and this is from when people used to use bread as the food vessel rather than bowls or plates. Chicken Parmigiana is a breaded chicken cutlet with tomato sauce and cheese. It actually originated here in the Northeast United States from Italian immigrants, and it started to become very popular in the 1950s. The ingredients needed will be French bread, small pieces of fried chicken, like chicken nuggets, marinara sauce, Parmesan cheese, melted butter or oil. All right, everyone, make sure to wash and dry your hands before starting. To make our crostini, we're gonna definitely need a knife, a cutting board, and a toaster oven, so you may need an adult supervision if needed. We're gonna take our French bread. So this is a pretty big piece of French bread. Usually you would use a baguette, but like I said, sometimes you just gotta do with what you've got. Here you're gonna wanna go about a 1/4 inch thick. Also recommended a serrated knife. That's a knife with these little teethy things. That definitely helps so you don't squish the bread when you're trying to cut it. So go about 1/4 inch, which is fairly thin. See how I'm squishing it? That's what you're trying to avoid with this knife. Then you're gonna take this. The recipe normally calls for olive oil, but we're gonna use some melted butter today because we already had it. And so that's another thing you can do. You can just make do with what you have in your pantry. Oops, I had some tomato sauce on there so you could see it. This then goes into your oven, your little toaster oven, and you toast it. When you're done, it's gonna look something a little bit like this. Nice little pieces of toasted bread. Now is when we get to assemble the crostini. Put the bread down. Now we're gonna take our marinara sauce. We're gonna take a little layer of it, put it right on top. I personally love marinara sauce. I'm a pretty saucy person, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. Then, same thing, we add our chicken, and then we're gonna top it with cheese. Chicken Parmesan traditionally has melted cheese on top, but if you don't wanna play with the toaster oven again, or you're just hungry like I am right now, go ahead and leave the cheese unmelted, but there you are, one bite-sized, teeny Chicken Parmesan Crostini. All right, here we go. Let's taste one of our crostinis. Since cheese is melted, I'm gonna keep the plate over for any fallout. I love chicken and marinara. This is awesome because this dish is traditionally super heavy. So this is just a really great way to lighten it up and eat it. Although I will probably eat like 12 of these. All right, guys, hope you enjoy it. Hi again. Let's make tiny chicken tacos. Tortillas were invented about 1500 BCE. That's over 3,000 years ago. And while the name taco didn't exist at that time, taco-like food items probably already existed since that point. The ingredients needed will be tortillas, small chicken pieces of grilled chicken, like chicken nuggets, taco seasoning of your choice, like I am going to use a lime, shredded lettuce, and shredded cheddar cheese. All right, let's make our tacos. Make sure to wash and dry your hands and any produce you may have before you begin. This day, we're going to be using some grilled nuggets from a local chain restaurant. You can definitely make your own chicken at home. You may need an adult's help if you're gonna be making it for scratch. Now, let's assemble this. You're gonna need a bowl, and here are our tortillas. These are the street style size tortillas, which are pretty small, but we're going for tiny. So you can definitely use this size. You can cut it out with your hands. You can use anything. You can use a biscuit cutter, or what I'm gonna use is a cleaned out soup can, which I cleaned out. I even boiled to make sure it was sanitary. Why? Because it's super easy to cut a tortilla with a can. And look how tiny our taco gets to be. You can usually get about 2 tiny tacos out of each tortilla. But of course, we don't want anything to go to waste. You can certainly cut this up, throw this into oil with some deep frying it. Definitely need an adult's help for that one. And you can make very tiny tortilla chips. So we're gonna put this on the side for now. So there's our tortillas. We're gonna take our chicken, put it in a bowl. Since this is already bought, it's got some seasoning on it. You might wanna use some taco seasoning. You may wanna use barbecue sauce, buffalo sauce. anything you like that makes your tummy happy. Personally, I like the kick of citrus. So what I'm gonna add to my chicken is some citrus by form of a lime. You wanna do sometimes, you roll up the lime to make sure you get the juices going. Squeeze it. We're gonna cut it. That's a juicy lime. We're stuck, guys. There we go. It's more afraid of me than I am of it. So here's my lime. We're gonna cut it one more time. Hopefully it cooperates. Oh, it smells so good. I love the smell of citrus. All right, I'm just gonna squeeze a bit of the lime on the chicken. And now we're gonna assemble. Let's move our lime over. Tiny tortilla, little bit of chicken, some lettuce, and some cheese. Again, the beauty of food, the beauty of especially tacos, is you can do whatever you want. If you don't like chicken, you can certainly make beef, you can make a tiny bacon taco, I don't know, whatever you want. There we go, one very teeny tiny taco. Enjoy, guys. All right, guys, we're just about to eat our tacos. So remember, I used the lime for this. You could use taco seasoning. Traditional taco seasoning has things like garlic powder, cayenne powder, salt, pepper, onion powder, a lot of things, whatever you would like. Also, I don't do spicy food that great, but a lot of people, you can add a hot sauce or a salsa or something like that. But let's eat our tiny taco, see how it goes. I love that hit of lime. Oh my God. I gotta eat these all day. I think I will. Have a good day, guys. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed making some chippy chicken meals with me. We'll see you again next time.